How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to MojoGrip. Mike here. Today we're going to check out a classic twin-engine aircraft. We're going to check out the Cessna 414 Chancellor. Stay tuned. Up close and personal with the Cessna 414. Guys, right off the bat, I need to be honest with you all. This to me is one of the best looking airplanes ever designed. This is one of my favorites, my personal favorites. And if you look at this bird, it needs some love, and it hasn't been touched in quite some time, but it still looks like all of the bones are still together. And as I said, this is the Cessna 414 twin engine. I'm not sure if this one is turbocharged or not, but this is not anybody's ordinary airplane. You get this plane because you want to carry a lot of people and you want to get to where you're going fast, okay? And this is also not the speediest plane in its category, but it gets the job done. If you don't know much about the Cessna twin engines, rarely now do you see Cessnas building twin engine airplanes, but back in the day, Cessna had a bunch of twin engines. You have the 421 also, but this one actually was at the time a game changer. This airplane is a 1975 model, and when it first came out, it was a game changer. One, because it had the pressurized cabin. So for a lot of twin engines back then, it was unpressurized, and if you needed to go up in altitude, which this plane can do very well. And imagine something this huge, you want to get up in altitude and really get the performance that you want out of this thing. And so Cessna brought this out, and it was a game changer at the time because it really appealed to a lot of twin engine pilots who didn't have a pressurized cabin. And speaking of that design again, for me personally, I love the nose of this thing. And you look at the windows also, just overall design of this thing, I love it. I've always had a thing for circular windows. And another aircraft I can think of that has this is the Beechcraft. The 350, the 250s also have them, and I always thought they looked great. And the Cessna 414, nice circular windows, and those, if you get closer to it, you see that those are sizable windows for your passengers. Again, when you think of this aircraft and the utility of it, this is something that can carry a lot of load. And while we're up here, for twin engines, you know that the engine doesn't sit on the nose. You can actually put baggage on the nose or in the nose, but the engines are attached to the wing of the aircraft, and this one uses a Continental 310 horsepower engine. Again, there are different variations for these planes. Some of them are turbocharged, or maybe all of them are, but I'm not sure if this one is. But this is a Continental engine. You put out 300 to 310 horsepower, and you look at those giant retractable wheels there. That's the one on this side. Everything still looks great on this airplane. Again, you look at it, if you're standing right next to it, you see that it needs some TLC. It doesn't look like it's been flown in a while, but I can imagine as the owner of, or the operator of this bird, you're happy. You're happy with it. Now, these are dying breed, I would say. Okay, the Cessna, the twin engines are dying breed in a way. Those people, the people who fly this or the operators for it are either charter companies, or you may have personal owners who, buy one of this, want to just keep it, to keep the integrity and the history of this thing, or they actually use it, to carry. Either you have a big family or whatever the case may be, then you would own a Cessna 414. And we come on this side, you also see you've got another engine, same Continental, same horsepower output, and the propeller on these, this has the Macaulay, and you see these a lot. I've seen these on older planes often. Obviously Hartzell also is a great propeller for these planes, but I remember seeing these same brands on the Beechcraft, the 250 I featured a while ago on the channel. But these are great propellers. Again, these are retract. And guys, I'm telling you, man, you stand next to this thing, it's a beautiful bird. And you've got the large windows up top for the pilots there. And you want to talk about carrying load. Again, these compartments here, these are just for baggage. You can put stuff in here since you don't have an engine sitting in here. And then again, you've got those large windows. You actually look at this plane and you think of something for commercial purposes. A lot of private pilots fly them, but if I was getting one of these, like I said, I would either fit in one or two of those baskets. See some more detailing on the wings. You see the strips here. This is functional. You see this black tape here. This is for your de-icing. And then you come to the edge of the wing and you see this oval looking thing. But one thing you should see also is that this has an opening. So this is where you fuel up the airplane, and some fuel probably goes in there. Okay, so those are all the functions that this wing serves. You've got all of your lights here for your positioning lights. For landing lights, you've got over there. Let's get closer to it. And again, all of the parts, like everything on this plane looks like, and they just look like they're in solid shape. Nothing looks beat up on this thing. Okay, so one landing light there, and you see the opening for the retracts. But let me show you something. Really what I want to get into is the interior. One, because it's hot as hell out here, but I really want you guys to see the interior, which to me where the usage and the practicality of this airplane really comes in play. So to open the door, cool thing about bigger birds like this, so you just pop that open, it's top and bottom. Now I don't think this one will hold up, so I'm gonna hold it with one finger or one hand. And then on the other end, actually, you see the bottom part, there's also a handle here, which you would pull. And once I pull that handle, this releases. And let me move this back up so that I've got my camera in one hand. All right. And once this releases, this is gonna be a step up. And you see those steps come out like that. And that's how you get in the airplane. Now you basically push this all the way up and it should hold. But let's see the interior of this bad boy. Now again, it's still in its classical shape, but look at the space in here, guys. Actually, let me get it. Let me get in. Look at the space in here. Not just the sitting, but the leg room. Okay, if I'm sitting, there's a seat right here. And if I'm sitting back here, look how much leg room I have. This is more of an executive plane. Again, it definitely needs to be brought up to speed, but everything in here still looks beautiful. Like you look at the ceiling, nice touchy, and there's nothing like ripped apart or in bad shape in here. But let's go up front. But man, it smells like old gas. Hard to breathe in here. But see also the cockpit here, man, so clean. So clean. This is one of the cleanest cockpit I've seen on an older plane. Excuse me, guys. It's really hard to breathe in here. Okay, you see it comes with the standard yoke, and this is all analog screens, an analog instrument in here. You may have something there, but that's pretty old. And you look in the middle console here, you see double everything, double the throttle. Actually, no, this is the throttle I'm touching. Double throttle, double prop, double mixture. That's to control both of your engines. You've got your fuel selector down here for both tanks. Good amount of leg room, so your rudder is down there. And man, a lot of green. You come from this side, you've got all your circuit breakers there. And even for an airplane this size with two engines, that's not a lot. And some of your electronic switches you've got up there, and some on the dash as well. But you look at the yoke, pretty standard for older plane and Cessna. But guys, like, To me, this is one of the cleanest. Like I said, it looks immaculate, and so you can tell that whoever owned this airplane kept it in really good condition, even all the way to the top. Oftentimes when I get inside older planes, you know, the top is ripped off, or you have things that are ripped off. Now again, obviously if you were to buy one of these right now, maybe you want to do some work to bring it up to speed, but you've got great bones. And you see they even have a stereo system back here, just like you would have in a car. But as a pilot, this is where you want to spend all of your time, and you would have everything you need. Again, as long as you don't mind staring at analog screens, but the airplane looks pretty sweet. Now, coming back here, which a lot of people would be sitting, this is where your passengers would be. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and I'm sitting on one right now, makes it 4 seats. And then you come all the way back here, you've got another seat. Now, I don't know if this has a potty or not, but that may be the case. This may be your potty here, but you've got some room. You've got some room even back here. Again, you can always load this up with people or luggage. You've got some room also on the nose to put luggage in. And the cool things about these airplanes also, you've got pull-out sort of desk for people to work if they need to. And that's why you have these planes used for charter. This is a great plane. If you're starting a Part 135 charter company, this is a great plane to use. Obviously, you know, have it nicely done, and make sure all the mechanical stuff is working, and you have a nice flying bird. This one definitely has been kept in really good condition. And you see those window sides, like I said, if you're sitting in here, you can see everything. You can see everything outside. And part of the design, guys, something I love is that the windows are not so far apart. So I've got one here that I can look out of, and I've got another one right behind me or right next to me that I can look out of. And in terms of air, you see all the vents all around this airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way back you've got vents. Now I don't know if they equipped this thing with air conditioning or not, but let's see. I highly doubt it. So probably no AC. Now in terms of performance for this plane, you can cruise up to 250 or so miles per hour. Although I would say the normal cruise for the 414 is around 200 miles per hour, and that's plenty, even for a twin engine. And again, easy controls. You've got your main power controls here, your trim. Let's see, you've got your gear switch right there, and you see everything is labeled. Everything is labeled, so you're not really looking for things to find. You see cabin aft defrost. This looks like it has some de-icing equipment on board. And this is an airplane that you can fly in weather, meaning, you know, bad weather and even icy conditions. So this is not that's why I said it's not any ordinary airplane. And you definitely will need your twin engine rating or ticket to be able to fly one of these. So you have to be multi-engine rated as a pilot. And also, this is a single pilot operated airplane, so you don't have to have 2 people fly it. And so let me get out because I'm burning up in here. And same way you get in, you get out. Okay, we're back out, and you open and close this door the same way. So assuming this is lifted up, you would pull this door, the second door, back up, and let's lift this back in. Okay, and once you pull that, you see that latch there, you push it down. Again, I have one hand holding the camera, so this might be a little difficult, but you see my hands. So that pushed down, so you see that's already in place, and then you just close the top door, and boom, you lock this way like that, and then put it right back in. And that's how you degress the airplane. When you think of the performance of the 414, as I said, expect to cruise around 200 miles per hour. Economic wise, this plane can't carry up to 10 people. So you've got 2 up front and then up to 8 passengers. Obviously, it also depends on how you fit the seats for the passengers. According to this, I counted 1, 2, about 6 or 7 seats in there. But all in all, it's capable of carrying up to 10 people. And again, you've got extra luggage space for the on the nose of the airplane. Now, in terms of price, older planes like this really depends on what shape and condition that they're in. The 414, this one is a 75 model, so it's over 30 years old. So if you have the airplane in really good condition, I think this one is in great condition. Now, I don't know what type of condition the engines are in or how much time are left in those engines, but you could find these planes anywhere from $300,000 all the way up to $600,000. Again, depending on how well maintained they are. Okay, so that's my review, guys, for the Cessna 414. I hope you guys enjoy this one. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And guys, make sure you subscribe to MojoGrip Clips. That's our shorter channel with shorter videos. And also consider becoming an MVP member. Go on to mojogrip.net/MVP and subscribe there. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.